Hello everyone, you're welcome back again. We're going to solve for the value of x from this equation. We are given that x to power 8 plus x to power 4 is equal to 2, where x is an element of a real number. So if you look at this equation, the highest power of the variable here is 8. So our expectation is to get 8 possible solutions that will satisfy this equation, both the complex solution and the real solution. But based on this equation, our interest is going to focus on just real solution, the real value of x that will satisfy this equation, not complex solution. Now let's get started. So we are given that x raised to the power of 8 plus x raised to the power of 4 is equal to, these two can also be written as 1 plus 1. It's going to give us 2, nothing changed. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to take this first one to make with this x to power 8, and the second one will be with x to power 4. So this is going to be what? X to power 8. When this one cross is going to be negative 1, then plus x to power 4, and when this one cross is going to be what? Negative 1. So everything will be equal to 0. Nothing left in the right hand side. Now the next thing we're going to do is to recall that this x to power 8 can also be written as x raised to the power of 4, then all raised to the power of 2. This is the same as x to power 8 when you multiply the two power together. Then minus 1 can also be written as what? Raised to the power of 2, because 1 multiplied by 1 is still the same as 1. Then plus x to power 4 minus 1, which is equal to 0. Now, the next thing we're going to do, if you look at the first term in this expression, these two terms, we can see that we have difference of 2 square. So we're going to recall difference of 2 square formula, which is when we have a square minus b square, this can be simplified as what? A plus b, then multiply by a minus b. So this is difference of 2 square property. So we're going to apply this property to these first two terms, so that this x to power 4 will represent a, then 1 will represent b, and both have power of 2. So this can be simplified in this form as what? A plus b, which is the same as what? X to power 4 plus 1, then multiply by x to power 4 minus 1. So this is the simplification of these two terms. Now plus x to power 4 minus 1. This is this term, which is equal to 0. Now what do you notice in this equation? As you can see, if you consider these two terms separated by positive, we have x to power 4 minus 1, and here also we have x to power 4 minus 1. So we can factor out x to power 4 minus 1. So we're going to factor out x to power 4 minus 1, then multiply by. Now we're going to do division. In the first two terms, we have x to power 4 minus 1. So this is going to cancel this one. It will remain only x to power 4 plus 1, then plus this plus. Now x to power 4 minus 1 is outside already, so when we divide, it's just going to be positive 1. So everything will be equal to 0. Now the next thing we're going to do is to recall that when two terms multiply itself to be 0, as you can see, this two terms is multiply itself. So to be 0, it's either one of them is 0, either the first term is 0 or the second term is 0. So we're going to equate the first one, x to power 4 minus 1 equal to 0, or x to power 4 plus 1 plus 1. We can remove the bracket, it's going to give us plus 2 equal to 0. Now, if you look at these two cases, in the first case, we can rewrite this as what? X raised to the power of 2 by 2 minus 1 raised to the power of 2, which is the same as 1. Everything will be equal to 0. Now we have another difference of 2 square again, because this one square is the same as this one, then x to power 2 all to power 2 is the same as x to power 4. So now if you look at here, we simplify this to be in this form. So we're going to rewrite this in this form, where a represents x squared and b represents 1. So this can also be simplified as what? X squared plus 1, then multiplied by x squared minus 1, which is going to be equal to 0. So this is the simplification of this expression. Now when two terms multiply itself to be 0 again, so we equate the first one, x squared plus 1 to be equal to 0, or x squared minus 1 to be equal to 0. Now if you look at here, when we have x squared equal to, when we take this one to the other side, it's going to be -1. And when you take the square root of both sides, this is going to give us a complex solution, because when you take the square root of a negative number, we are going to introduce an imaginary number, and it will make our answer to be in a complex. And remember, from the equation initially, our focus is to find the real solution of x, the real number that will satisfy x, not complex number. So in that case, we're not going to go further to solve this complex equation, because when you solve this, we are going to arrive at complex. Now let's check this. When we have x to power 2 minus 1 equal to 0, this is the same as x to power 2 equal to 1. Then when you take the square root of both sides, it's going to be what? Square root of x squared equal to plus or minus square root of 1. Remember, when you are taking the square root of the right side, it's going to be plus or minus square root of that thing. So this square is going to cancel the square root. X now will be equal to plus or minus square root of 1 is the same as 1, plus or minus 1. So these two numbers are real number, -1 and +1. But remember, we still have another equation here. But in this equation, as you can see, x to power 4 plus 2 equal to 0. When you have x to power 4, which is going to be equal to, we take these two to the right hand side, become -2. And again, since we have negative at the other side, so anything you do, you are going to still arrive at -2 in the right hand side. And when you take the square of both sides or you do anything, this is going to be a complex solution also. So we are not going to go further to solve this because of this negative number. Because when you solve this, you are going to arrive at imaginary number, which is complex solution. So the real solution is just this x equal to plus or -1. So we can conclude that therefore the real number that satisfies this given equation is +1 or -1. The remaining other six solution is a complex solution. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to my channel for more videos like this.